Good morning. This morning's story is called A Little Spot of Courage, and it's a story about how to be brave. And that's a kind of story that everybody needs, no matter what age we are. We're going to have Courage Spot tell us a little bit about what it means to be brave. Everything takes a little courage, anything that's challenging or difficult, especially if we're scared because we are brave as well, but sometimes we just need to discover that bravery inside us. Bravery is in everyone, it's not just in some people. Heroes like firemen or policemen or doctors, they had to learn how to be brave too. One of the great ways to learn bravery is to fill out a courage card. Eleanor Roosevelt was famous for saying that she tried to do one thing every day that scared her. She probably had a lot of courage cards. The more courage cards we get, the more confidence we'll start to feel. Confidence can be really important when we're first facing something that's scary. One of the things that we learn is that there is a difference between feeling safe and feeling uncomfortable. We'll tell ourselves that something isn't safe when it's really more a matter of it feeling unfamiliar, so it feels scary. So we sometimes avoid those things that are really important to do. One of the slogans in anti racism is that we need to learn how to become more comfortable feeling uncomfortable. Some of the things that we can do to get courage cards are being honest when we are responsible for an accident or when we make a mistake. It also takes courage for us to do the good things we need to do to take care of ourselves, like going to the doctor when we need to. Sometimes, if we try to do things that are hard, we'll fail. Sometimes, when it's a physical thing, and we fail, we'll bruise our body. But sometimes when it's a confidence thing, we'll bruise our ego. Doing anything new takes courage, and we need to be courageous in supporting and encouraging others when they try to do things and fail. It's important to keep trying so that we'll learn. As we grow and learn, there is a lot of courage that it takes for us to be able to express our own uniqueness. Sometimes all of us try, instead of expressing our uniqueness, to just try and fit in so that others will like us. Sometimes things like speaking in public or performing for others can be very scary, but they can also be incredibly exciting and empowering when they work out well. Being creative and showing your creativity to others can feel really vulnerable, but it helps us discover something incredibly important inside ourselves that really needs to get out, that the world really needs to see. One of the bravest things that we can do is to admit that we don't know something. That's very hard for people. A lot of people, even most grown-ups, don't always know how to ask for help when they need it or admit that they're still learning things. But until we ask, we usually don't get to know all the people who would be really excited to help us learn or who also need to learn and would like to do that next to us. There is nothing we ever learn to do that we automatically, just right out of the gate, we're really good at. Learning anything takes courage because usually we aren't so good at it for a while. But it's so exciting to finally get the hang of something. Things we can't see that we're really unfamiliar with are sometimes the most scary of them all. It takes courage to become comfortable with things that aren't familiar, but doing those things opens up an entire new world for us. New foods are a good example. Sometimes new tastes or new smells, or even sometimes new sounds, all require some experience. Sometimes we need to try something 3 or 4 times before we can even tell the difference between our real experience and our fear of the experience. Courage never happens all at once. It's almost always small steps, a lot of deep breaths, a lot of getting help, a lot of collecting courage cards. The world needs more courage. And the only way it can get more courage is for us to start bringing courage, collecting that courage and sharing it with others. That's why we fill out our courage cards. See, for example, you just earned another courage card for making it through another one of Reverend Greg's stories. Congratulations.